Did you hear the not-so-surprising news? Illinois lost residents again in 2020. 10 years ago, the Prairie State was actually gaining population. In 2011, over 25,000 new residents were added to Illinois' numbers. But the number of new residents slowed until 2014, when the state experienced a deficit, and that has since been an annual tradition. Between July 2019 and July 2020, Illinois lost 79,487 people. This is the largest population percentage drop for the state since World War II, so let's take a look at some of the issues causing the mass exodus. According to surveys, nearly half of all Illinoisans have expressed an interest in leaving the state, and the number one answer that they give for why they would like to move is taxes. During 2020, around 20 new taxes and fees were added to the burden of taxpayers. For everyone who owns a vehicle, there were extra fees. Car registration for gas-powered vehicles went up $50. For electric-powered vehicles, it went up $237.50. The gas tax that Illinoisans pay for each gallon of gas doubled from 19 cents to 38 cents. These are just a few of the taxes that we pay. There's a huge list of things that get taxed that most people probably don't think about, like parking garages and video gaming machines. If there's a way to tax us for something, Illinois does it. For 2021, the government is threatening an increase to the income tax. It currently sits at 4.95% as a flat fee. On the ballot in 2020 was whether the state should adopt a progressive tax instead, but it failed to pass, and now lawmakers are looking at how to get more money in through income tax. In addition to the variety of taxes that the state imposes, if you happen to live in the Chicago area and you own a house or a car, you're going to really see an increase in the taxes you pay. In October, Mayor Lori Lightfoot announced her budget for 2021, and it included a $94 million increase on property taxes and a gas tax increase that will take it from 5 cents to 8 cents per gallon. All of these fees make it harder for people in the land of Lincoln to achieve the American dream, so it's no wonder why people are leaving. It's so much easier if you move next door to Indiana, Missouri, or Wisconsin, so I can see why people want to move. The pension fund for state employees takes up 29% of the annual budget, and in order to make the budget balanced, the government, in addition to raising taxes, is looking at further cuts to programs that many people utilize. According to the Commission on Government Forecasting and Accountability, the pension debt somehow ballooned another $7.1 billion in 2019 to $144.4 billion in 2020. That means that the state has to find creative ways of funding it. Governor Pritzker recently stated that Illinois is experiencing shortfalls related to the pandemic, and he's expecting to have over $711 million in spending cuts applied to state agencies under his control. He stated that at least $200 million is going to come from healthcare and human services, so this is going to impact the poor people who are receiving benefits, including children and the elderly. Illinois has been losing jobs in several different sectors. Some of the losses can be explained by the pandemic, but some were caused by other issues within the state. Surveys conducted prior to the pandemic indicated that 50% of the people who leave the state do so for work-related reasons, whether it's a job transfer, an offer of a new job, or searching for a job due to losing one in their hometown. Just within the month of November, over 20,000 jobs were lost from hospitality, leisure, and restaurant industries. Another 2,900 job losses came from manufacturing. Educational and health services have lost 2,000 jobs, and financial services have lost 1,900 jobs. Even the government lost 400 employees. According to the governor, the number of jobs lost in the state is the worst it has been since the Great Depression. Many small businesses were struggling before because they also saw their taxes go up, and health insurance for their employees gets more and more expensive every year. Add in the restrictions caused by the coronavirus pandemic, and you get companies going out of business, layoffs, or reduced hours for the workers. When people can't find a job in one area, they have no option but to go where they can find work. 4% of the people who responded to a survey about why they left Illinois indicated that they did so to attend college. The average in-state tuition in the state of Illinois is $9,868 per year. For less than that, students can attend college in another state at out-of-state rates. For example, North Dakota has an average out-of-state tuition of $7,895. Someone from Illinois could go to school there and save a couple $1,000s. And typically, when a person moves away for college, they don't come back. So the state loses out on future contributions from that person in terms of taxes and investment in their community. Terrible weather might not be the catalyst for someone to move, but when you add it in with the other issues, it can certainly be a factor. It doesn't seem to matter where you are in the state, there is some sort of natural disaster looming. The entire state is at risk of tornadoes. The top half of Illinois experiences blizzards every so often. Large portions of the state are prone to flooding, particularly those communities that sit on the Mississippi River. The state can also be impacted by two fault lines, the New Madrid and the Wabash Valley, so we can have earthquakes. When Illinois isn't dealing with natural disasters, there's just terrible weather in general. Winters are cold, gray, and dreary, and they seem to last forever. Summers are overly hot and humid. We really only get a few nice weeks each year, usually in April, May, and September. Sometimes we get lucky and the first half of October will be nice, but it seems that more often than not, it starts getting cold before Halloween. I can deal with either the cold or the humidity, but having both just makes me miserable. I would also like to find more job opportunities. There aren't many around my part of the state. My family settled in Illinois in the 1840s, and we've been here ever since. The only reason I still live here is that my elderly mom is here. If you live in Illinois, but you're thinking about or are actively planning to move to another state, leave a comment letting me know what your reason is for leaving, where you're headed, and why you picked that area. I'm curious about the reasons people have for the various regions they pick. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, and if you haven't done so already, consider subscribing to show your support. It really does help the channel. I created this channel as a way of interacting with the world while I was in lockdown this past summer, so I really do appreciate everyone who takes the time to leave a comment and subscribes. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, I remain stuck in the cornfield.